Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. How are you all doing? How are you all doing today? Happy Sunday to you all. Happy new month as well. I'm sorry I came late. I know I promised to come. I know I promised to start today's live by 6 o'clock our time. Unfortunately, I had lots of activities that kept me away. So who is joining us today? Who is joining us today? Hello. Hello. Who is joining us today? Hey, G-Man. Oh my God, G-Man. Very well, thank you. How about you? Happy Sunday and happy new month. How are you doing today? Yes, I know. I'm aware. You've already said that before. That's fine. I hope you had a good day today. I hope you went to church and you had a good day. So did you remember to share my link? Did you remember? Hey, yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, maybe I'll stop asking questions. Thank you so much for coming around. Thank you so much, G-Man. Thank you so much. Guys, how are you all doing today? Happy Sunday from here and happy new month. We have about 19 people. I'm so glad to see you too. So we have about 19. Okay, we have 16 people here. Hello, my 16 friends. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining this live. So we have a very interesting topic to discuss, but I want to get the consent of at least 2 people before I proceed. Hey, yeah, I'm so sorry. Hey, G-Man, sorry about your health. Oh. Please always find time to rest. Sometimes it's stress. So sorry about your health. I'm so sorry. Please find time to rest, though. So, guys, I need the consent of like 2 people to proceed with today's topic. We are talking about debt recovery today. So it's something that a lot of us are conversant with. If you have not been owed, hello, Patrick, good evening. Thank you so much for joining this live. If you have not been owed, you would have also seen someone that would have experienced debt recovery, that maybe someone has owed, someone around you would have had debt. If you have not been owed, at least you would have owed someone. So we're talking about lawful means of recovering debt. You know that there are illegal means of recovering debt and there are legal means of recovering debt. So we're going to look at those means and ensure that going forward we take the right steps when people come to ask us for loan or ask that we borrow them some money. So who is ready for today's topic? If you're ready, just say hi. Just say go on. Just say go ahead. I just need 2 people to say go ahead and I will. Thank you so much, Yorkshire. I appreciate you. Yeah, G-Man, yes, it's true. I also don't like owing, but some people don't mind. And for people who don't mind, there are steps that should be taken. Thank you, Yorkshire. I appreciate you. Hey, Naoki, thank you. Thank you for giving me a go ahead. So now, when we talk about debt recovery, that means there is in existence a debt. Yes, that means a debt is in existence. Yes, so that's true, G-Man, you're right. So that means debt is in existence and you want to recover your debt. So debt recovery is, in summary, just means by which debt is recovered, by which a loan is offsetted. You know, ways people recover their debt, or ways people regain a particular debt. And in this case, we are talking about monetary debt. In today's discussion, we are talking about monetary debt. We are talking about monetary debt. Yes. So when we talk about debt, when we talk about debt, we mean that it is something owed. When we talk about debt, we mean that it is something owed, that one is unable to pay or one has not been able to pay. So debt is something that is owed. Debt is not only in money, in monetary sum. Sometimes some people owe debt, like G-Man said. Some people owe debt of love. Some people owe debt of a service. You know, some people owe debt of different types of things. But for today's video, we are going to be looking at debt recovery, monetary debt recovery. Yes, we are going to be looking at monetary debt recovery. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you totally. So when we talk about monetary debt recovery, we are talking about the process of pursuing and collecting money that is owed by either individual or businesses or organizations. The process of pursuing and or collecting money that is owed either by individual or corporations or organizations who have failed to recover their debt on time. It's the process of recovering or pursuing an individual to recover monies that are owed, either individuals or organizations who have failed to recover their debt or to pay their debt on time. Now, I'm going to be discussing three legal means, three lawful means one can recover debt. Three lawful means one can recover debt. Now, there is a story all over the place here in Nigeria. There's a story all over the place that a woman came out crying out that one of the federal ministers now, not minister of God or of the gospel, one of the federal ministers that she rendered service to has been owing her for a long period of time. I don't know if it's 11 years or so, but she came out and cried out that the man has been owing her. And when she took steps to recover her debt, the man made advances at her and she refused. And since then, the man has refused to pay her. That woman came out to cry out. It's all over the internet. She came out to cry out and she begged Nigerians to help her ask that man to pay her money, to pay her the money for the service she rendered a long time ago. Now, that man, instead of either coming out to debunk or to say or to either coming out to affirm or debunk what she said, he instead arrested her. He took police officials and arrested the woman. If not that Nigerian youths came out to speak for the woman, that woman would have been in detention. In fact, it's like she was manhandled in detention, because when she was finally released, when the Nigerian youths came out to speak for her, when she was finally released, she was hospitalized because of how she was handled in detention, all because she asked for the recovery of her debt. Now, that was the step she took, even though it is not legally accepted. But, I mean, that was the step she knew how to take at the time. That was the step she knew how to take at the time. Now, what are the steps that should be taken? In the first place, before you loan out that money to anybody, before you loan out that money, ensure that it is properly documented. Details of your loan should be properly documented. What you gave out, the amount, who you gave it to, the timeline, how long is the money meant to be in the hand of the debtor, and when the person is meant to pay. What now happens? Penalties. What now happens if the person refuses to pay? There should be a detailed documentation of your debt at the time that you are giving out the loan. There should be a detailed documentation where both parties, the debtor and the creditor and the debtor will sign that document as evidence in future. The debtor and the creditor will sign that document as evidence of the transaction between them. So that document will be signed by both parties, and then before the money is given out. That is one. Secondly, when the timeline elapses, that's the timeline for payment timeline that was contained in the document, when it elapses, you are required to engage the services of a legal practitioner. You are required to engage the services of a legal practitioner who will now officially recover that debt. And the first thing that a legal practitioner does in the face of a debt recovery application is to formally write the debtor, either an individual or an organization, officially demanding for the said loan, officially demanding a recovery of the debt with a timeline in that application, with a timeline within which that debt should be paid. So the legal practitioner would officially oh, nice. Nayoski, this is nice. This is nice. So what country are you joining us from? So I'm going to read out what Nayoski said. Nayoski said, solving monetary debt recovery, you need a multi-stage process that moves from amicable actions and ultimately enforcement. This is true. This is true. It's no longer amicable because someone agreed that the person is going to pay back his loan within a particular time, and the person has failed. Hence, the application. So it's no longer amicable. It's now ultimate enforcement. I agree with you. And that is why these steps must be followed. Danish, welcome. Thank you for joining us from UAE. Thank you so much for joining us from UAE. How are you doing? We're talking about debt recovery, the lawful means, legal means of recovering debt. So, Patrick, can you just tell us where you're joining us from and what the ultimate enforcement in your area? How do you enforce debt recovery in your country? Have you ever been a debtor or a creditor? Have you ever been a debtor or a creditor? And how were you able to recover your debt? Or how were you able to pay your debt, depending on the position you were? So while I wait your response, let me continue. So the legal practitioner, you've never, that's good. That's good. That's integrity. I really commend you. I know I've loaned money from someone before. I wouldn't say I've never loaned. I have, but I paid back within the agreed timeline. I paid back within the agreed timeline. Yes, I've loaned money. I've been in their need that required that I loan money, and I loaned, but I paid within the agreed timeline. It's not bad to loan money, okay? It's not bad. It is not illegal. It's not unlawful. But where it becomes bad is when you now refuse to pay back your debt. When you loan money upon an agreement that you are going to pay within a particular timeline, and then that time reaches and you refuse to pay, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. You become a problem. Yes, you become a problem. So the legal practitioner makes an official demand asking for the recovery of the debt. Yes, it's a very serious topic because right now in Nigeria it's trending how a minister, that's a federal minister, borrowed money from a woman for almost 10 years, over 10 years or so. And that woman has been demanding for her money. Immediately she came out to the social media space to cry out. The minister arrested her. In fact, she's actually in the hospital now because Nigerian youths came out and protested for her. Why? You're owing somebody for a service she rendered so many years ago, and instead of you to pay her, you are arresting her. Why? And even when the woman came out of detention, she was immediately, because she collapsed, meaning that she was not well treated. She collapsed. she was immediately hospitalized. So right now, that woman is hospitalized, yet her debt has not been paid. And now the minister is denying it. So if there was a documentary evidence, if at the time that debt was being that service was rendered, the if at the time that debt was made, they documented the process. If there was a documentary evidence, we won't be having to do your word against mine. The minister will say, the woman will say, no, it's not true. The documentary evidence would have been sufficient proof that a debt was in existence, and that debt should be recovered. So I said the first thing is that you should make sure that there is a documentary evidence. The second thing is engage the service of a legal practitioner when the timeline elapses and the person has refused to pay, so that that legal practitioner can take further steps of officially demanding for the debt from the person, officially demanding for the debt. And then finally, if at the time, because when the legal practitioner writes, the legal practitioner should give a timeline within which that person should pay in that letter that is officially demanding for the debt. The legal practitioner should give a timeline. So if that timeline given by the legal practitioner elapses, then the legal practitioner should officially file an action in court. Yes, the legal practitioner should officially file an action in court demanding for the recovery of that debt. Now, there are different courts in Nigeria for debt recovery, depending on the debt amount, the loan amount. Depending on the loan amount, there are different courts with jurisdiction. So it is the court that has jurisdiction that would actually sit over the matter. Grandpa Leomasi, how are you? Grandpa Leomasi, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I see you are homeless. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry that you are homeless. So the court with jurisdiction, depending on the loan amount, will now sit over the matter and preside. When the court, upon evidences, decide over the matter and gives a judgment, then that judgment will either be enforced against the debtor. No, I mean you are homeless. You can't be asking somebody that is inside the house if you're homeless now. So that means you are homeless now. Leomasi, you are homeless. That's what I mean. I'm not as confused as you are. Don't worry yourself. I know what I said. So, what was I saying? So, when the judgment of the court is made, there are different ways of recovering debt. One of them is by garnishee proceedings. Upon the judgment of the court, if the judgment of the court is in favor of the creditor, to recover the said loan and probably with damages accrued, then a garnishee proceeding will be applied, where the banks of the judgment debtor will be garnished to the amount of debt that he owes the creditor. What I mean is that the court will order the banks of the judgment debtor that has the money, that has his money, to pay the creditor the actual amount of loan that the debtor owes. So it's like mandating the banks to pay. But this cannot happen if a judgment has not been entered in favor of the creditor. So these are the three lawful means of recovering debt in Nigeria. These are the three lawful means. Now, using a police officer to recover debt, using soldiers, using all these law enforcement agents, using them to recover debt is unlawful in Nigeria. Please let us stop doing that. Let us follow due process. Using them to recover debt is unlawful. Somebody, yes, it's so painful that somebody came and took money from you, and you are in their need, and the timeline has elapsed. Probably the person is dodging you and trying to be crafty, but that does not mean that you should take illegal steps in recovering your money. The beautiful thing that people don't know is that when you go to court, you are not just asking for the amount of debt, you are asking for damages, extra amount. You are asking for extra money for that amounts to damages, which the court in most cases grants. Because you paid a legal practitioner to be in court. Now you spent some money, you suffered some losses as a result of the person's inability to pay the debt. So it is only rational for the court to give you extra money, like give you damages for the losses you have suffered as a result of the person's debt. Thank you so much, Leo Messi. Thank you for your compliment. I appreciate you. So these are the issues that we have. A lot of people make these mistakes. When people owe them, they use law enforcement agents, they use the police, they use the military. It's painful. I know most times some people are hurt, that is why they take those steps. But the point is that you are worsening the situation by taking these steps. What if you do it now, the person dies in the process because of manhandling? What if you do it now? Yes, I went to church. Lingane, I went to church. How are you doing today? I hope your day went well, and I hope you went to church too. Thank you so much for joining. So we're talking about debt recovery, Lingane, and I don't know which country are you joining us from, and how is debt recovered in that country. The country you are joining us from, what country are you joining us from, and how is debt recovered in that country? Have you ever been in debt? Have you ever been in debt, or have you had somebody owe you some money? Have you ever been a creditor or a debtor? You can share with us. And then if I have properly explained how the lawful means that one can recover debt, but if you have any question, or if you have any peculiar situation, just let me know. We can answer your questions. I'll be right here. And then before I proceed, please, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly click the subscribe button. It's not too late, and give us a thumbs up. If you like what we do, kindly click the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Leo Masi, Lingani, Patrick, kindly give us a thumbs up and click the subscribe button. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. So I await your questions. If you have questions, or if you want to answer my question, have you ever been in debt? What did you do? What country are you joining us from? How do you recover debt in your country? I mean, lawful means of recovering debt in your country. Okay, Leo Messi, which one do you like? Hello, Daddy Kiran. How are you doing? Which live stream do you like? You like the one that confuses you, or the one that doesn't teach you anything? Thank you so much, Patrick. I appreciate you. I'm very well, Kiran. How are you doing? I hope you went to church. I'm aware that different we're talking about debt recovery, Patrick. We're talking about debt recovery and how we can legally and lawfully recover debt without having to resort to violence or loss of lives and property in the process. Hi, Brilliancy. How are you? How are you doing? You don't have any reasonable question now. If I saw a reasonable question, I would have answered it. You have not asked any question, as far as I'm concerned. I'm very well. Happy New Month. Happy New Month, everyone. I pray that this month brings us good tidings, great blessings, open doors, and answered prayers in Jesus' name. Amen. My day has been good. I hope yours has. So my question is, how do you recover debt in your country that is lawful? How do you recover debt? I mean, legally recover debt in your country that doesn't result to violence or the loss of lives and property in the process. How do you recover debt in your country? Africa unites. Ah ah. You are funny, oh. How are you doing? Happy New Year. So how do you recover debt? What country are you joining us from? Please, let's share. What country are you joining us from? Oh, nice. Cameroon. Comment allez-vous? Tu parles français? J'espère que tout va bien. Oh, okay. Okay. I used to think that the national language in Cameroon is French, just like ours is English. Yes, we are talking about debt recovery. African Unite, have you subscribed to my channel? If you subscribe to my channel, you check my bio, you would see my number. You can always chat me up. So guys, let's respond. Let's respond, please. I'm sure that we would have had someone owe us. How did we get back our monies? How did we recover that debt? Was it just easy busy? Guys, let's say something now. Hmm? Okay, so Patrick, you said okay. The approach often depends on Patrick. You've not told me where you're joining from. Oh. Are you in the UK? Or where did you say you're joining from again? Sorry, I've forgotten. Wanted to know the country law, the laws of the country you are applying. So you said that it depends on whether the debt is domestic or international with a common effective three-stage. What's three-stage approach? What's the three-stage approach now that you're talking about? Your effective three-stage approach. You said okay, brilliant Hill. You said okay, you said you asked the person. You will ask the person first when you have asked him. Then if the person didn't give you the money, then you have to report to the police or report to the brilliant Hill. Which country are you joining from? I hope it's not Nigeria. Oh. Because if it's Nigeria, I just gave you an effective three-stage, and I mentioned here that using the police or any of the law enforcement agent to recover debt is unlawful in Nigeria. Is it Nigeria? Please, brilliant team. That's not the right approach. Oh. Please don't use that approach. But did you listen to my own three-stage? Because the rules I gave is best applied in Nigeria. Okay, the rules I gave is best applied in Nigeria. So I told you that using the police or the soldier and all those things, they are unlawful now. Your brother is a navy. So it's your brother that now recovers the debt for you. No, no, it's unlawful. It's unlawful. Please, brilliant Hill. You either go to court, just officially make the demand to the person, engage the service of a legal practitioner, go to court. This one is a typical Nigerian. No, go to court is better. That this your method is jungle justice. So, oh, okay, sorry, Patrick. I think I missed it. Okay, yes, I know you answered my question. Now you said depending on whether the debt is domestic or international with a common effective three-stage approach. I'm asking what is your effective, can you explain to us your effective three-stage approach? That's what I asked, Patrick. What's your three-stage approach if it's domestic and if it's international, so that we can learn how it works in your country. So what's the three-stage approach? Patrick, is that what you mean? That the way you approach will make you lose the money? No, no, I don't think that's what you mean. I'm not sure that's what you mean. Oh, Patrick, you're a Jamaican. Nice. Okay. So, this approach you're talking about now, is it what is applicable in Jamaica? Brilliant. Yeah, I agree with you on this one. If you don't take the right steps, if you're not careful, you will likely lose the money. That's true. You may likely lose the money. That's very true. You may even spend more and still not recover your debt. You're very correct. You're very correct. Okay, Patrick, I didn't understand your answer. So I asked a further question, but it's okay if you cannot answer it. That's fine. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Okay, that's funny. You're a business person. Mm. Please just give me a second. Let me get something. I'm so sorry. I was trying to. It's now that you're explaining the three-stage approach. Okay. So you said the first one is formal demand letter, which is what I talked about. The second one is direct negotiation. Yeah, makes sense. Third party collection agency. Oh, that's what you people use. Okay. Us, we go to court. You apply in court, or you resolve through the negotiation process. At the negotiation stage, you could resolve, or you can use arbitration process. Thank you so much, Patrick. This makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. So do you have any question for me? Does anybody have any question for me? Okay, what's the suggestion? I'd like to hear the suggestion, please. Thank you. I went to get something. I wanted to plug my phone. So Patrick, what's the suggestion? Yes, I'm a lawyer. I am a lawyer. How about you? Brilliant. Thank you so much. Oh, nice. Very nice. Maybe one of these days when I visit Lagos. What part of Lagos do you stay? Oh, you're from River State? I was born and brought up in River State. What part of River State are you from? I was born and brought up in Port Harcourt. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Kana, right? Kana local government. Ogoni, nice. So why did you leave Port Harcourt for Lagos? Is Lagos better? Okay, okay. Yes, a little bit. Thank you, Taco. A little bit. Okay, 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 I guess. So that means you just went to Lagos to get your work, right? I'm from Abia State. Patrick, you said you had a suggestion for me. I've been waiting for your suggestion. Patrick, are you still here? I've been waiting for yours to hear your suggestion and you suddenly went quiet. So what's your suggestion? You stayed in Lagos or in Port Harcourt? Okay, okay, I understand. Hey, yeah, I'm so sorry to hear this. Sorry, so sorry about your dad, Brillianty. But it's never too late. It's never too late to go to school or to achieve your dreams. You can always do it when you're ready, okay? No, you said you have a random suggestion. It's here now. Patrick, are you forgetting yourself? Look at it now. You said you have. I asked, are there questions for me? You said no, a random suggestion. And I've been waiting for your suggestion. Now you're saying I'm distracted. I'm not distracted. I think you're the one who is distracted, Patrick. You're distracted because you said no, a random suggestion, and then you went off until I started saying, where is Patrick? But it's fine. If you don't have any suggestion, that's okay, but don't say I'm distracted. So, guys, for others, any other question for me? Any other question for me? Or do you want to share your experience on debt recovery? Or do you have any random suggestion for me? So I'll just stay here for the next 20 minutes, and if I don't get any response, then we'll be calling it a night. You're welcome, Brillianty. And then just to add that I made a new video on this page on child adoption, just in case you want to travel out with either your sister's child or your brother's child in Nigeria, and you're wondering how to get documents. So I made a video that explains all that. It's just my latest video. I think it's not up to 24 hours. So excuse me, you could go watch that video to get the information that you need. Nigeria is a very nice place with very good weather. The problem we have is bad government. We have bad government, and the government of Nigeria, they are not doing what they are supposed to do. So right now, the level of insecurity in Nigeria is so high. Cost of living is high. People are suffering. You're not sure of tomorrow. The insecurity, is at the moment, it's not as safe as it used to be. But Nigeria is a lovely country to live in. You said you don't know what to do about what? You see, Patrick, you can see what Brilliantly is saying. That's just typical of what is happening in Nigeria. He said he that called boys. That's what I mean by insecurity. The insecurity is so much, and nobody is lending a voice or doing anything to stop it. The government, they are not doing anything. It's so unsafe, you know. So that's the challenge we have in Nigeria now. That's just our challenge. Oh. It's really sad though. not to say the least. It's very sad. A country with a lot of potentials, with a lot of resources, being relegated to the background like that. It's really sad. Oh, that's nice. Please, so there's no gain in cultism. Oh. There's really no gain. Government needs to do better, oh, honestly. The government, they are not doing anything. They just send their family abroad, their children's school abroad, they go for medical attention abroad and leave everything in Nigeria to die. The academic system is poor. The medical structure and medical facilities and system is terrible. You know, it's really sad that my beloved Nigeria is like this. Hey, yeah, that would be nice too. Navy is also good. So guys, nobody has asked any questions so far, and we have the number of people online reducing. I've not traveled to Switzerland though. I pray that I have the opportunity to travel one day. Is Switzerland an English speaking country? So what do they speak in Switzerland? because language is another barrier. Oh, wow. Interesting. So, Patrick, what do you do? What do you do, Patrick? I'm not in Port Harcourt at the moment, but I used to stay in Port Harcourt. I used to stay in Port Harcourt. I told you I was born there. So even our family house is in Port Harcourt. Oh, nice. No wonder you know a lot of countries and places. Ah, beautiful job, oh. Beautiful job, Patrick. Honestly, I want to be like you. I love your job. So many exposure, so many traveling, Beautiful. So then, my lovely friends and family members, it's been an amazing time with you, and I'm sure that you learned a thing or two today. Please follow the lawful means of recovering debt. Don't use law enforcement agents or do anything inordinate that will get you into trouble or make you commit crime because you're recovering debt. I want to bring this live stream to an end. In the absence of any other question, I want to bring this live stream to an end and appreciate you all for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed week and amazing new month. Thank you very much for having me, and enjoy the rest of your day. Please stay out of trouble. Please stay out of trouble. Good night. Yes, so God is the greatest. Please, I won't hesitate to refer you. Brilliant tale. I won't hesitate. I won't. Thank you so much. After now, have you subscribed to my channel so that I will look for you and then click the subscribe button so that I can always reach you? Please, Brilliant tale, subscribe to my channel. I'll look for you. I don't know if is this the name on your channel, or you can even send me a message on my WhatsApp so that I can keep your contact. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Thank you so much for engaging tonight. Have an amazing week. Bye.